This week is negate or neutralize. And most of the time, you don't want to negate things. But for what I'm talking about today, you do want to negate. And so I've been sharing components of my sacred listening method. It's a method that I have created that was given to me to help you to tap more deeply into your knowing, into your guidance, and into the wisdom of your soul, so that you're receiving information that you can rely on and that can help you to expand your possibilities for healing. Because what I'm sharing helps you to shift your consciousness so that you can be more available for yourself and make a bigger impact on the planet. And so last week, what was last week about? It was about communication. It was about communicating and opening a sacred listening flow through communicating in particular ways. And this week is about negating or neutralizing energy. You see, there are a lot of reasons why we're not in communication with our soul wisdom. There are a lot of things that happen that we experience that cause static or cause debris energetically, emotionally, and psychically. And so that even if we are communicating, we don't always have a clear segue into our soul, because there's just some crap that's happened to us that gets in the way. When we have bad experiences that have lasting impacts, when we have trauma that leaves imprints, it can create ripples that bring thoughts and messages and fears into being. And those thoughts and messages and fears connected to the imprints from bad experiences or trauma can interfere with our ability to listen, to really receive the guidance that we're meant to receive from our soul. So I will say that you were born with a strong knowing. Humans are born with a connection to this pulse of life. It comes through your heartbeat. It comes through your whole being, comes through your intuition. And regardless of what kind of history you have or what you've experienced since birth on the planet, you actually have a natural connection to your knowing and to the pulse. What happens is that it gets clouded, it gets covered up. No one encourages you to connect with your knowing. And so you forget about it, or you think you don't have the possibility of doing it. We have so much more possible than we could ever imagine. All of these segments from the sacred listening method that I'm sharing with you are helpful in having you remember what your true knowing is like. And so what I want to share today is, I call this negate or neutralize. And what I want to share is about simply viewing or understanding trauma as the effects of trauma as being a vibration or creating an imprint. And there's an impact that trauma has on us. And depending on who is around us and supporting us and whether or not we had a chance to receive support, the impact of trauma can really ripple out and continue to affect us. And one of the opportunities that we have is to neutralize trauma, is to neutralize the effects of trauma, so that the trauma that occurred still has its place, and it occurred, and it has its place, and we understand that it occurred, and the effects of it don't need to keep going on and on and on. And so I offer an expanded experience of how to neutralize trauma in my Soul Path programs. Today, I just want to give you a little bite-sized piece that you can take with you. And it can help you to free up some space for your sacred listening. And what it is, and you can do this for things that have happened in the past. You can do it for things that have happened in the now or today, is to think of the thing that has happened, to witness it like you're watching a movie, and simply welcome in your healing and helping forces. Hold the visual of whatever caused the trauma in your mind and say, welcome in the healing forces. Thank you, healing forces. I'm ready to neutralize this trauma. I am neutralizing the effects of this trauma. Thank you. And leave it be. You have the opportunity to intervene in the effects, in the ripple out effect of the trauma. If you do nothing, there's no intervention, and the ripples from the original trauma create imprints, and there you go. If you decide that you're going to neutralize the effects of that trauma and you welcome in the sacred forces to help you, you begin to neutralize the effects of that trauma. And when it's neutralized, it no longer ripples out, continuing to create a harmful effect. You can do this with past traumas. You can do this if you get in a car accident, as soon as you're able, state, I neutralize the impact on my body. I neutralize the trauma and potential trauma that is happening right now. When you start to do this for yourself, you will be able to have more energy and space freed up to listen to your guidance and to move forward in a good way. So give it a whirl. Let me know what you think. If you really want to make a big impact on the world, if you want to make a bigger impact than you're already making, and you're interested in some one-on-one work, if you're interested in being guided through a process of sacred listening, you can go ahead and click the link below and sign up for a Soul Path breakthrough session, and we can explore what's possible for you. All right, make sure you're subscribed, and I will see you soon.